The oldest books in the world are built on a recurring sequence of numbers. These are not random tallies, they track the specific stages of a life in motion. When we look at the original Hebrew of the Torah, we find a text that functions through a precise internal structure. Each of the first 5 books is anchored to its own specific numerical value. Understanding these 5 values provides a perspective on the human journey, identifying exactly where you are and what the path ahead requires. In the very first book, Genesis, everything begins in an absolute void. Then a single command brings light into existence. This beginning is defined by a specific count. Genesis 1:1 consists of exactly 7 words. In this context, 7 represents completion, a world made exactly as it was intended. But the narrative quickly shifts to human failure. After the flood, only 8 people remain to walk onto dry land. 8 signifies the step beyond completion. It is the first day of a new start. In the second book, Exodus, the setting moves to the suffering of slavery. Out of a burning bush, a voice identifies itself as YAH-WEH, the one who always is. To move this disorganized crowd towards freedom, the text introduces 10 plagues and 10 commandments. 10 establishes the boundary, the necessary order of a functioning society. A complete design that fails requires both the opportunity to start over and a clear set of boundaries to prevent a second collapse. The third book, Leviticus, moves into the tabernacle. The system here revolves around 5 specific offerings at the altar. These rituals weren't punishment, they were the mechanism for forgiveness, allowing flawed people to stay in the presence of purity. But forgiveness is immediately tested in the fourth book, Numbers. The people are no longer resting at a peaceful sanctuary. They are trekking through a grueling desert, struggling with absolute exhaustion. They wander for 40 years. In the text, 40 is the duration of a trial, the time required for a generation to be transformed by its environment. While grace offers a way to repair mistakes, the wilderness provides the pressure needed to build resilience. The final book, Deuteronomy, finds the survivors standing at the very edge of their destination. Moses stands on the peak of Mount Nebo. His final message isn't about new laws, but 2 specific actions: to listen and to remember. Moses will never set foot in that valley, but his task is finished, and the text presents him as a man at peace. Moving into a new chapter of life depends on the active memory of what the previous struggle taught you. Completion, new beginnings. Order, grace, trials. These ancient stages mirror the universal rhythm of human growth. We all experience the optimism of a fresh start, the need for discipline, and the relief of being forgiven. We all face our own 40 years, those long periods of testing that define our character before we finally reach a moment of fulfillment. Throughout this narrative, the central theme is that the source of the design remains present through every mile of the desert. Look at your current circumstances. Which of these 5 stages are you standing in right now? Tell us in the comments and subscribe as we continue tracking the patterns of history.